videos.
Yes.
It's a big compliment to be watched by psychics.
Yes, big deal. Please hold while my computer lags like crazy. Actually,
I'll be posting YouTube link.
ah,
Too loud.
might pull up the chat on the YouTubes and the.
Oh yeah, I'll get the Rumble when you've posted that on Discord.
Oh yeah, I guess I do that. I guess this is why people have like bots for this shit.
Of course.
Yeah, but just letting everyone filter in.
And there we are. Alright. Chat acquired.
Chat and should be good. Hey, got David Myers in the house.
What's up, David Myers? Welcome to chat.
Okay, now game.
He's confirming that the sound does indeed work.
Can't see the.
Let's hope everything else works.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with does not. Maybe I'll just you know what I'll do? I'll force close it
Ah.
once the task manager starts to work.
Yeah. Let's force close the task manager and then we'll force close the.
Ooh, so it's looking less like this is gonna be a game that I'm really gonna enjoy, you know. Because it does seem a lot like they're going for live. They haven't announced if it's live service or not. I think they're trying to judge by people's reactions to it. I am seeing a lot of people on the forums are like, if it's live service, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing the game. And I think that's totally fair. They already have an MMO if you want that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, but they do have like a daily, like you can unlock this thing if you do X amount within X amount, and like that's kind of fine. I kind of don't mind like that existing, but I don't want it to be connected to the internet all the time.
Yeah, no, that's awful. Especially it's going to create problems like these where you're lagging.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. So now it's displaying Vindicdus. So do I wait it out?
Up to you.
Oh my God. You know what? You know what? Actually, let me be 5-brain giga genius and close this browser because I have two different browsers open. But I think a better idea would be to, oh my God, is someone watching on Rumble? Incredible. If you're there on Rumble, oh, actually no, I think it's David Myers. He said he's watching on both. Okay. Oh my God, YouTube is on like light mode on this browser.
Ah, yeah.
Blinding me. Although I did previously hold the opinion that people who need dark mode are like cave-dwelling creatures. So
I don't know, I think it's easier on the eyes.
what even was the point in me figuring out the... For some reason this game, when it pops up, it minimizes other windows in your other monitor. So like, I spent all that time getting the chat ready, but then it's just like, no. I refuse. Yeah. Back to old school streaming where like a guy would have his girlfriend read out the chat for him. That was like the old school strats.
Yeah. I think it still works today.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
So, who's happy to not be in World War III? Me.
Me.
People are talking about this starting World War III, but it's like, in order for you have to have multiple countries involved. Iran is not taking over the world.
No.
One could
I'm sure
argue
that they liked to, but
one could argue Israel is, but they're not. Like, I don't see if China and Russia don't back Iran, then there's no problem, right? And also, we're not involved. I mean, we are involved because all of the missiles they have.
Vaguely involved, I suppose.
All of the missiles.
Not directly involved.
Yeah, most of the money that Israel has is like funds that we've given them, or like missiles that they bought from us. So as you can see, there's a companion system, and once you unlock the companion system, that is how you choose different characters. So I got myself, oh wow, the boob physics still work in the big coat. So the outfits work like you can put them on other characters or whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but like you can the outfits are sort of like you have like one pair and you can buy multiple pairs. I was actually curious what the outfits are for the dudes. So let me check that. I was just thinking about that before.
I think you made the right call. Come on.
Okay. Followers, my main, and then I select LAN. Okay. F to select. No. Okay. Did that work? That didn't work. You did R or something, right? Followers, main, that guy, apply changes. Okay. What's the default? This is like not Land's default armor in the MMO. This is something you would.
Very cool though.
Yeah, you would unlock it. It's like at.
Man, double swords.
Yeah, he's the dual-wielding sword guy.
Ah.
I didn't like him in.
So cool.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't like him in the MMO because he, at a certain level, using the dual swords is bad.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how it would be in this game. I kind of want to try him out as. Oh my god.
I like that he
What is
has like
this?
very intricate armor.
What is this? This is.
Well, like the Viking one makes kind of sense, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like the.
He gets a beard too. Man, it's so funny. Like, I feel like Asian people don't ever do beards right. Like, this looks like a guy wearing a beard. Not a
It
guy.
does. It looks
Yeah.
very fake.
Yeah. And I guess in a way it is, but
And we got like the Korean pop star.
yeah,
Land.
big fan of this one. I would probably
That's not bad, you know.
this
That's
one or
cool.
this one I would probably use. It feels kind of like Final Fantasy 14y.
Doomsday Executioner set. That's
Honestly,
something straight from Oblivion.
that fits more like Herc or someone with like a big weapon. I also like this this hair. That's cool.
I like that they have some different hairstyles as well.
Viking beard.
You
funny.
tried.
The rugged beard looks awful, but
Yeah.
like it looks like a real beard. Something tells me
It just
this
looks
is
like an awful cut real beard.
like when I look at these beards, I instinctively know this is probably the kind of beard that you can grow in Korea.
Yeah.
Same thing with like this and this. These look right. This looks fucking wrong. Like the mustache is fucked up, and this looks like it's attached to him, not like an actual.
He does still kind of look Asian.
Okay. You
Some
can
epic scars and
you can-
moles.
buy moles and stuff. All right. Oh fuck. Oh, what are his abilities? Interrupt the target. That's very
Hey,
cool.
Double Axel, welcome to chat
Hey.
from Rumble.
Hey.
Says in fantasy games, less armor means more defense.
Hell yeah. The thing that always came up, like, at I went to a liberal arts school. The thing that would always come up is like the boob armor and fantasy stuff. Like if I mentioned like fantasy, people would bring up boob armor to me, and it's like, well, if it's a mage, I don't think there's a problem. And then they're like, oh, why is that? And it's like, dude, have you ever played a fucking fantasy game? If you get hit, it doesn't matter. Like, what do you? You have like no health. Like you're a glass cannon. Like.
Well, also, I imagine that you have a magical defense.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's like, so if I was a mage and I could just wear as much armor and defenses as I wanted.
And also, welcome Oscar420 to chat.
Ah, thought I had that. Oh, still alive. Yeah, so I tried out the sword lady. I'm just bad with her. Like she seems like she's probably like a stronger character. I'm just not good with her. She has like a parry thing she can do. Like she can block. She's the other character that can block, which is interesting. I don't think anyone else can. I forgot.
It's so
she
giant, it might as well be a shield.
Yeah, I forgot she could block. Also, I think if it works like Vindicdus, the MMO version of this, the taller you are, the longer your sword is, and I maxed her height. I minimized mine, so you can see like the difference in height for characters. That's the other joke with like Lan, is because he's like a DPS guy, people make him as short as possible.
Mm.
So people would also do the same with like Herc. He's the guy with the big sword as well. But I maximized my height, and there's certain bosses where like you'll be between their legs, and when you do an overhead, you can still hit them in the gooch there. But if you make yourself maximally short, you'll have higher DPS for like certain bosses, but you'll also miss some swings that like within your combo that I wouldn't, right? So it's kind of like a trade-off, but
Hey, Double Axel is now a monthly supporter. Says, you demand, love your commentary and banter.
oh wow. I didn't even know you could do that.
Well, I'm not an expert on how Rumble streaming stuff works, but...
That's awesome.
Nice.
Ah. Oh man, I thought the generous hitbox would save me. Get me out of here. Where is my slut?
I was about to say...
You stupid tall whore!
She can't crouch? The AI is not very smart, it seems. I think you've encountered a bug that's worth reporting.
Ugh.
AI cannot crouch.
Yeah. You know what? I'll use the other chick so you guys can see some variety. I think Fiona's my best character, especially since Herc isn't in the game. Yeah, do it like that. Confirm, and then I'll pick Fiona as my phone. I'll swap. I'm pretty bad with Delia, but I'll give it a shot for a second. The reason I was thinking of swapping is because I tried to go... The reason I died is I tried to go for a right click after blocking, but it doesn't let you. Like her right clicks are really bad. So you're supposed to like perfect guard and then do the right click for the shield bash, but anyway.
Double Axel says she is just a trophy waifu. Lamau.
So I don't know what the point of... The other thing with... God damn, this is so fucking ridiculous. The other thing with Delia is I don't understand how she's supposed to work, right? Like, I keep on comparing things to Herc, but he is the other big sword guy. I don't know what... Like, well, okay, here. Let me explain. Let me explain by showing it with Fiona. I don't know what her combos are supposed to do. So, yeah, okay. No. I did not hit apply. Ah, God. This menu sucks. They in the fucking like in the survey they're like, how do you like the menus? And I was like, I fucking hate the menus. Okay, apply changes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
There's something nice about having a little bit more intricate menus, but it's sometimes you're gonna get lost in them.
So one left click, right click, right click. This is for, you have a tiny opening, but it's just big enough that you feel like you can capitalize on it with like some damage, right? So this is decent damage for a short period of time. Then if you're trying to, like, the enemy is, like, stunned, right? And you really want to capitalize on it. It's that kick that does a ton of damage. That's the 4 left clicks, 4 lights and a heavy. And then you want to stun them, which is the thing I try to do every time, is 2 lights and 2 heavies. The shield bashes put a lot of the stagger meter on. So that's, like, what you kind of want to do to, like, you know, knock the boss down and, you know.
Yeah.
And then 3, that spin kick thing, that's actually good if you're surrounded. With Delia, I don't know what the fuck any of these combos are supposed... When I would use any of these. Like, none of them I could make any sort of... Okay, Delia... Bat... Apply changes.
Oh yeah, Double Axel was saying, oh wow, I just noticed those giant tits on her. Yeah, I believe Adam maxed them out.
I did in fact. And you'll notice they are scholars of big tits. Because you'll see they even have the veins, right?
Veiny tits, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking... Oh, I can do it now. Hold on. Okay.
What are you trying to do? Also, hello, Free Comet. Welcome to chat.
You guys ready for this shit? Okay. Follow me. Wait, this one? No. This? No. No. Okay. Might have to switch characters.
It's fine.
Hold on. It's very important, guys. You don't understand. You're about to see Game of the Year. I have to switch. I have to be...
Who wants to show off the boob jiggle physics?
Yes. Hold on. Follower, this person. Okay, apply changes. Yeah, it takes forever. Alright, go. And then... Okay. So, we get close. Nope. Don't go anywhere. Get back here.
I guess you can shift the camera around if you...
You whore. Okay, wait. How close are we?
You're pretty close.
Okay. Ready? Ready, and... Back in? Wow, I missed.
Yes.
Greetings? No.
I don't know, does it work in this game?
Wait, hold on. What if I do this? It does. See, it moves. It moves.
Your head went right into her boob.
Okay, can I get closer without it? No, you fool!
They don't want you to be able to touch your boobs. See?
Not
where she's turning away.
Not Game of the Year.
Not Game of the Year, confirmed.
Okay.
Double Axel says we share the same passion for great boobs.
Okay, wait. Controversial opinion. I actually don't think. Since
OMG, amazing Game of the Year.
to be honest, I think in real life, since you're playing a first-person game, smaller boobs actually look better. But since I'm like eye in the sky third person, wait, let's go into photo mode. All right, we're gonna. Oh no, you can walk around in photo mode. What kind of fucked up system is this? What the fuck? All right.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's fine.
The end of the world has fuck it. Worse than World War III. Okay.
Just trying to get the money shot.
Okay, now 1. No? Okay. Which one? 3? No. Wrong one. 2. It's back in. Do it. Do it! Oh my god.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it, boys. Look at this shit.
Slapped.
Game of the year, everybody.
Game
of the year.
Use this GIF.
My god.
You have our permission to use this GIF.
I'm gonna try. Am I Icarus? Am I flying too close to the sun? Or can I get 1? I did it. Oh my god. No, I turned myself a little bit. Come on. No.
Oh no, it's not gonna work now.
think it's because I'm so short. My arms are shorter.
Oh my god.
I think I'm just too short to slap her boobs. Remember, guys, when you're thinking...
You were slapping it before. Oh, well, you slapped it a little bit with, like, your pinky. There we go.
Now, that's the
There we
good
go.
stuff. Oh my god. Game of the year. Game of the year. I feel so accomplished. This is better than killing any boss. This is my greatest accomplishment, everyone. There's like, you know, you get achievement points or whatever. They should be giving me so many points for this. This is...
Yeah, you get extra PP points for taking a photo of you mid-slap in the boob.
How was the logistic? How did I miss with my head?
You're around there.
It looks so goofy. What's this one?
Whoa.
Four? No. It's not good. Oh my god. Incredible.
Back to slapping.
Who told you to do that? Insubordination. Anyway, let me swap back to her, and then I can show you some of the Delia's moves.
Yeah. David Myers was saying, tap to the camera. Oscar 420 was saying, awesome, bouncy, bouncy bump. Oh, Free Comment was saying, I'm going to make my travel preparations for BaseCon in July.
Oh,
I
fuck.
have some questions for you guys.
I have to book my...
Yeah, we need to make our preparations as well.
Yeah, it's just like one of the... Anyway, I gotta book those things.
We also, of course, have more closer up. We have the Garden State Comic Fest.
So
Which is coming up soon.
So her 2 hits is what I'm going to use for the mobs, right? The wide swings. When would I ever use that? That sucks. It has like tiny reach. Like what is actually the point of the 1 left, 1 right? And then 3 is what? Big damage? Is that what I'm saying? Oh wait, does she not have a 4th? 1, 2, 3. Oh, she doesn't have a 4th. So it's 1, 2, 3, and that's the big damage capital. Okay, so it's quicker for her to do her max damage combo. Interesting, because Fiona takes a long time, and then also she can right click without any like problems, right? Fiona can't. Fiona has like a really slow right click. Power attack, and like it has a long cooldown, and like so sometimes I get hit because I think like, oh, I'll just sneak in a power attack here, but my instincts are incorrect, and that's her dash attack, I guess.
Oscar 420 is saying, is that sword big enough?
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice, actually. It kind of complements the fact that she's tiny. Although I guess she's taller than the other girl.
Yeah, she's tall girl.
Yeah, she's tall girl. Free Comment says, gonna be flying because horrible sense of direction. Like, unimaginably horrible, no matter how much I try to use Google Maps.
Where are you, like, what state are you coming from?
Hopefully not, it's not gonna be too much of a hassle.
Did I walk backwards?
Yes, you did.
Speaking of horrible sense of direction, maybe I shouldn't be driving either.
Ohio.
Oh, you're going from Ohio? That's super close. We're gonna drive. We're probably gonna go to Ohio, sleep there.
We're gonna pass you.
And then, yeah, we're probably gonna stop in Ohio and then go from Ohio up. Yeah, that's what we did last time. We slept in Ohio and then we drove up into.
It's a better drive that way.
All right, yeah. Let's just try the big sword lady.
Yes. Let's do it.
If I get to a boss, I'm gonna need to switch to Fiona. But
this is a very beautiful looking game. Other than that, they really did level up a lot of things.
You'll notice I also tried out the like sweat texture on this character.
Oh yeah. I was wondering if that was special or if that was just for every character.
Damn it. Man, I...
Oh wow, she can crouch, I guess. She had no problem going to
Yeah, I saw her do it. I was trying to do the parry thing. So Delia functions. The other thing is I know Delia is gonna be shit because she functions on active abilities, and you see I only have the default one. I don't know what they do. So she has like a meter that's filling up on the top. Like the more times, it's not when you hit. It's like fast asleep dreaming. You can hear the dog.
He's barking in his sleep. What a cutie. Yeah.
So goofy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Stupid dog. Make me look bad.
The cutest dreamer.
Okay, so you do get... Yeah, her cooldown on missing a block is like 10 years. Okay, well I guess I'm not parrying anything. God damn it, Fiona. Okay.
Good teamwork. Hey, leveled up. Nice.
This reminds me a lot of like Claymore.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good comparison, actually.
So you build up
Tall
that...
lady with giant sword.
Yeah, so you build up that meter by doing parries, I guess also by hitting. I don't know if that was like that in the MMO, but I only used her for a little bit when she first came out to like see if I liked her, but I was basically of the opinion I should just use Herc or Fiona, because this is like this half measure between the two that sucks. But she works on parrying, so like if you miss the window, there's a long cooldown before you can try to parry again. Whereas like with her, if you miss the block, it's kind of fine. Like you can just spam it. Looks so much more stylish in this outfit.
You do.
It also, the giant boobs feel like, I mean, the fact they're jiggling like crazy is a little ridiculous, but it feels kind of modest because it's just like, yeah, I just happen to have this physique, but also I am a Waffen SS member.
I kind of like it less in the suit because the boobs are so big that it almost looks like your stomach, like you just have a giant gut or something.
I just realized something. The reason they're not respawning is because I didn't hit rest. But so when I die, they don't respawn if I don't hit rest, but I get my health back?
Oh, is that how this works?
Is that an oversight? It feels like an oversight.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bitch.
Nice. I always like it when you get more than one.
Oh my god. Where the fuck are you shooting from?
Motherfuckers. Nice.
Drink some potion stuff. Let's see. So they do a much better job of introducing each boss.
We need to clear a path for the mercenaries. Let's
Yeah. This is a pretty pleasant game to watch, I would say. Especially because of the like cutscene transitions to you fighting.
That second hit, I fucking hate. Sometimes he doesn't do it though. I actually don't like having the companion attacking because like
they're messing up your.
Yeah, there's stagger windows that I'm because I'm causing them to stagger. I know when the stagger window is gonna be, but when she causes them to stagger, I'm like not quite ready for it.
Yeah. It's disrupting the flow.
This section is much easier with Delia, where you can just swing through all the platforms. The window is pretty generous for when you can activate counterattack, which is nice. Trying to watch for the I was going for that right click. You can see the long recovery before I can like do anything after it.
Ooh, another level up. Nice. Hey, Gabe, welcome to chat.
Hey.
We're playing more of Big Titty Game.
Yes. You missed the most important part of the stream, Gabe. We'll do it again though.
You missed a pretty important titty part, but that's okay. We will turn it into a GIF and we will share it amongst the internet.
Oh, I can do the finisher. That was cool. Broke the thing behind him. Okay. Have a little jiggle drink. You're crawling through in the boobs. What? Oh, fuck. Locking on is a goddamn mistake. I thought I would, like, stagger him, but...
Yeah, no, I probably would have taken the same risk.
Fuck.
Alright, how are you rating combat of this game so far?
I find it a bit awkward to deal with the smaller mobs. Part of that is probably because I'm so short, though. I can't reach all of them with all my swings.
Do you prefer, like, the boss fights?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boss fights are super fun, especially because the runbacks aren't too brutal. But
Hear that? Is that the knights fighting up ahead? Let's join them.
Gabe says no worries, was revisiting Saints Row 4 for Big Booby Adventure, though I'll be a bit distracted during this as I'm getting through some wrestling stuff.
oh, this is the guy. This is the chieftain.
Oh, sick.
Gotta beat that guy.
That knoll with
He's
red
the leader of the
flag
Knolls.
Crimson Hill.
He's an important guy.
Oh
Oh,
god.
man.
I hate
There
when
any,
enemies shoot through each other.
Like, any health items that you pick up?
Yeah, so I picked them up. I don't know how to use them though.
Alright. Do you have to, like, I don't know, put them on your hotbar or something?
I blocked. What the fuck? Yeah, the fact that Knolls can shoot through each other, I understand from like a logistical standpoint, like why it's easier to code the enemies like that, but
Very annoying.
yeah.
I also don't like it when I get shot by something that I can't see. Just because there's other enemies in front of us.
Okay. I guess I should figure out how to like use my health potions so I don't have to go back to the like this thing, right? Add to quick slot. Right there. Okay. And then
Okay, so then we got R and C to heal. Oh, it's okay.
not a huge heal thing. I feel like Fiona used to have a way of healing herself.
Ooh,
Oh, okay,
cutscene.
cutscene. I like that there's a pause cutscene button.
Yeah, I really like the additional cutscenes in this game. They did a good job of them. Like every cutscene, it feels like a trailer for the game.
Yeah, so in these cutscenes, the humans are actually winning against the Knolls a decent bit.
Good. I mean, really, there should realistically be some back and forth.
Yeah, because it's also like Knolls don't have like martial tradition, you know.
Right.
Like they don't strike me as a high trust society where you could train each other to.
Oh, fucking nice, random guy.
Is
That
that-
random dude just. Aw. You know what? You died a hero. I respect that random guy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's nice. I really do like that they show the soldiers like doing stuff.
Yeah, in
Like,
the
they're really
trailer.
trying.
Yeah, in the trailer they just had humans getting like destroyed, but
Yeah. No, it's so much better when it feels like you're a part of something, you know?
yeah. Because I hate this when they depict humans as just like casually getting destroyed. It's like it gives people this weird perspective on like people and their like capabilities. It's so unhealthy.
Yeah, like how they think 100 men would lose against one gorilla.
Yeah, true facts. If you haven't seen my video on that, that's my greatest work. Okay, so I unlocked all the all these actives. So these, I think, they're shared between the different characters. Better dodging. Who would want that? Disgusting. Stagger damage increased by 5%. That sounds... Precision action. The fuck is a precision action? I bet that's some kind of, like, quick time thing.
Maybe.
I'll get stagger damage up. That seems like something I would definitely need.
Yeah, no, that's good for your character.
These... They say you should use the menus of the controller, but whenever you have a menu that should be used with the controller, it's usually a terrible menu. Shield charge. So for shield charge, I'd need a burning crystal of eternity. That seems like a waste. I remember focal point was important for some reason. Gain an additional attack to focal point. Gain the ability to follow up focal point with a strong attack. I don't know. I don't know if any of these things are like really like worth getting. And these points you keep between characters, so I guess I might as well save them for some other character. But my 5% stagger damage will serve me well.
Come on. We're almost there.
Way to
You're okay. Walk it off.
way to catch him, idiot.
Man, that one guy that threw up the spear. What a pass.
Threw it real deep too.
Yeah, it went right through him. He's got a lot of muscle. Alright, let's fucking go. I love these cutscenes.
Oh.
Whoa. Not too shabby.
Oh, I actually blocked that. Oh, fuck.
You know, it'd be nice if they also had, like, unique dodges. for
Attacks
each
highlighted in
one.
blue require a precision action. So you have to block the blue. Oh. Dodge that.
Nice.
Ah, fuck, that was supposed to be a dodge.
Woohoo!
That was epic.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't have gone for the second bash. I knew I
You
should
should have healed.
Ah, no. Healing.
Come on. We're
You
almost
have all these health items now.
Alright, let's do it. Boss fights are so exciting in this game.
Yeah, I dig it.
Oh, it's super hard. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get rid of the followers. It's kind of confusing me. I'll adventure around with the big titty waifu, but I think for now,
For the boss fights, it's more so going to be a hindrance.
yeah. Follower, go away. Kind of curious if mixing and matching the outfits would look good at all. I think the pants look way better.
Oh, perfect. David Myers already, like, clipped the titty smack.
Fantastic.
Game of the year.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm feeling the authority of my big coat much more.
Come on. We're almost there.
Shouldn't have gone for it. Shouldn't have gone for it.
Dave the Gem says, wonder what other costumes will appear in this game. I hope more
I can show you the
medieval
rest.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh. Hmm.
Heal.
I have to remember to use the active abilities too, so those do a lot of damage.
They also give a decent enough reason in the cutscene why you're fighting this guy alone. Like, it's not that everybody died, it's just that the monster itself wants to fight you alone, so it, like, separates you from your people. It's much better than everyone's dead and you're all that's left. It's like, what am I fighting for anymore? Everyone's dead. And then, meanwhile, they're also, like, helping each other out, like, tending to the wounded. It's all good. Good stuff.
Well, it's... I don't think... he's not separating me from the rest of my people. He's... You're right that it does feel, like, grounded, though.
Yeah. Like, there's actual thought put into the cutscenes, and I appreciate that more than anything else. It's like hyping me up to watch the Vindicdus movie, you know?
Yeah.
Just everything compiled together.
Okay, so when I dodge, I'll capitalize... Because I can't... I'll do the same thing I did with the other boss. I'll capitalize by... Oh, you can lock on during cutscenes. That's very interesting.
That's neat.
Can't...
It takes you forever to be on in a Souls game.
Oh. Ah, my God. God damn it.
Come on. We're almost there.
Yeah, it's nice that you can lock on during cutscene. If you start moving before this thing ends, then it locks out whatever button you pushed. Oh. Button. I'll just reset.
Come on. We're almost there.
You have to go so fucking early. Like, the hitbox is not... It's not on his actual, like, hammerhead. What? What?
Come on. We're almost there.
I can't tell if the block is omnidirectional and then sometimes just doesn't work, or if it's like a 270-degree block or something. So they have a normal and an easy mode. This is on normal.
Yeah, everything does feel tanky though. I mean, this is one of those games that does kind of expect a certain amount of grindiness. I guess a nice thing though is you can play the bosses over and over again.
Can you?
Yeah, they have something set up so that you can re-challenge a boss. So if you're stronger, I guess you can come back and redo it. Have fun.
I'm confused how these precision actions are supposed to be working. Because it doesn't seem like I'm timing a block, because it seems like he blasted through my block.
It's also nice that this is a pretty short run back to the boss. Like when you just walking up the hill. So it's pretty seamless to just go retry. Something nice. Something so demoralizing about the Souls games is just a super long run back or straight up awful run back.
Yeah, like, I don't know when I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to, as soon as I see...
Oscar 420 says, bit of a slugfest here to knock this sucker over.
Come on.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
You know what? I'll unlock shield charge if I fail this one. So you are supposed to, like, time... The timing is harder than the dodge, of course, but you are, I guess, expected. Now, what is that? Because I was blocking, right? So it's like, if I'm at an awkward angle, does it just not block? I don't know. Maybe I have to be using a controller where you can just constantly be pushing the joystick towards the enemy. But, like...
Maybe that's what they had in mind. I'm not sure.
Like, obviously, when you launch the game, it tells you can't use a keyboard and mouse. Like, it physically pauses. Like, it has a Steam pop-up where it's like, don't do this.
It's kind of funny, though, considering the original Vindicdus was kind of made for keyboard and mouse.
Okay. Shield charge. She's shield lady. Maybe that's like a good ability or something. There's so few abilities in this game, though. Like, compared to...
Well, I guess so far, you're going to be unlocking things, right?
I was just so caught off guard by how insane shield charge was. Is that like in my ultimate or something? Like, what the fuck did I just see? I took out a huge chunk, There's this like big flashy animation. I thought it was over.
Oh.
I thought maybe it was a parry, but then. So what is it?
That's interesting.
What is it supposed to do? Because it makes a parry
Very
noise.
special. Do you like parry in front of him and then like
Nope. Just charge
run
forward.
over him?
Okay.
Boring.
So it does a shit ton of damage and is slow. So I'll use that as like to capitalize after I dodge one of the yellows. Oh. So I realized it's not my computer having difficulty running this game. It's actually network issues because this is a. Oh fuck this! I'm just gonna die. See how long shield charge is on cooldown?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if this is interesting to anyone, but I was just telling Trisha, if you know like the Whitest Kids You Know, the comedy group, I went to camp with one of the guys in that. I don't know if I should like, I probably shouldn't make a video of that. I don't know, because he's like dead now.
I mean, if people would like to hear about that, let us know.
I could like,
It's another like kind of interesting random story.
yeah, I could like talk about it on stream, but I wouldn't want to make a video that's like very shareable, I guess. I don't know. Because like he died apparently. Because I was like, someone like a friend of mine was like showing me a Whitest Kids You Know skit, and I was like, oh yeah, I knew that guy. And he's like, what? It's like, yeah, and then I was like looking at pictures of him. I was like, holy shit, he died in a car crash. He's like, yeah, he died years ago, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's quite shocking.
It's just weird because like, I don't know. Such a like one attempt he did this like like this underhand where he's like an upswinging one. And then he's like never done it again. Oh fuck. Aw, come on, dude. I would have had that. It even made the noise. What the fuck happened in the lag? Ah. Man. If the servers are having trouble, you're having trouble. And that is the fucking worst. I'm... Also, they have these, like, daily login things, and that makes me think they really are gonna do live service. But I do want to unlock the outfits from the live service thing. But I'm not gonna... Like, to see how painful this is, just being stuck on this frozen screen forever.
Yeah, no, it is the worst, and I wouldn't want to experience this.
And then it was like, okay, so people in Japan don't play Korean games because they're Korean games, right? They're, like, nationalistic. So they're not going to support, like, Korean products or whatever. So there's not enough people playing. There was, like, 30 people in Japan played Vindicdus. And then they they shut down the Japan servers, and it's like, okay, what if I buy this game and then they shut down the America servers?
Yeah, that would suck. Huh.
They should have some kind of regulation where it's like, if you're gonna shut down,
Do that.
yeah, if you're gonna shut down the servers, you need to distribute all the files.
Yeah. A bare minimum, let the buyers pay for an offline version.
I'm gonna be right back while it's lagging.
Sure thing. I'll be here. Aww. Gertie, you're so cute. Probably back the game up and wait for a friend to bring it back with a patch or something.
Yeah, like people data mine MMOs sometimes.
I guess.
So how's chat doing?
Chat's doing okay. Chat, how are you doing? Are you having a good week so far?
So I saw a video where someone was saying that so I saw on iFunny there was like a video of an Indian guy posing being really cool, like standing really close to a train.
Oh yeah, real cool to like stand in front of an ongoing train, huh? I did crash.
Oh, we got a CTD.
We got a crash.
Nexon game security running. Good to know, guys.
Yeah, good job.
Keeping my game secure.
We will be back momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, you can tell us about your life and how life has been treating you. I hope it's been treating you well.
Oh wow, we got chat working now.
Okay, the Jen says, besides wrestling stuff and Saints Row 4, been replaying The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah, right. I was saying that guy.
Oh yeah, the guy that you knew, or vaguely knew.
Yeah, it's like so he came to camp. The counselor was kind of like sort of like walking on eggshells with him. It's like, oh, just let me know if you need anything, whatever. And he's like, yeah, okay, right. And he's like looking at he's like working on the computer because this is a computer camp thing. Oh well, okay. Chat's probably gonna go away as I click on the window.
That's okay. You got me.
Anyway, I was like, hey, welcome to camp or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he said at some point something whitest kids you know, or he's like, I'm in the whitest kids you know, or so he said something like that, right? And I was like, I guess you are pretty white. That's cool. Being white's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
And he like rolls his eyes like.
He's like, oh, he's trying to make a joke about my YouTube handle.
Right, like he thought that I knew who he was. I did not know who he was.
Yeah, right.
And by the way, I kept on calling him Sam. I always called him Sam because I heard someone, the counselor, say something, and Sam, whatever. Mm-hmm. Sam is another person in the whitest kids you know. It's not he. I met Trevor, apparently, but I called him Sam.
And he never corrected you.
No one talked to him because he was very grim, very hostile, very openly hostile.
He obviously went there with the intention to not make any friends.
Yeah, like he was very suspicious of me always, and then eventually he came around and but he was still very quiet. I didn't really talk to him very much. He didn't really say much, but he eventually came around and realized that I wasn't trying to be mean to him or something. At the time, I was like, he probably thinks I'm trying to make fun of him or something. I think in retrospect he thought I was trying to make friends with a celebrity to get something from him, which is probably something he's experienced a lot.
Maybe.
But
But you genuinely just didn't know.
I didn't know who he was until like 10 years later, when I saw The Whitest Kids You Know. I was like, wait a second, I knew that guy.
Wait a minute, this guy's familiar.
And then I was like, then it was much later I found out that was like a big thing. I saw like a video or whatever. I didn't realize it was like he's a famous guy.
Yeah.
But he's very cold, very hostile. Nobody talked to him, and I did, right? He also, I remember him most for I saw a flaw in him that I didn't want in myself, and so I was like, I should remember not to be like this. He was learning Half-Life 2 modding, right, or map making, and I was really good at that. I was the expert. I knew more than the counselors did. So the counselors couldn't answer his questions. I could teach him to pull him up to my level, but he refused because he was like, I'll learn it myself. If the counselor can't like tell me, I'm not gonna learn from some fellow student or whatever.
Sure.
He also but I remember thinking it was like such a flaw because I was stuck on stuff and I was like, well, let me give you a launching pad is what I said. I guess I don't know, it was just funny like thinking about like how I like the vernacular I used to use and like how it's kind of different. Like I wouldn't say give you a launching pad to, I don't know. I not that there's anything wrong with saying it. It's a weird way to talk, and I just don't talk like that. Yeah. So he refused to have me show him how to do anything, and he did learn a good bit within like his short time, but he was disappointed that he didn't get further. And like if he had just let me teach it to him instead of. There was a curriculum that you would like click through, like you just go to a website. It was very stupid. It was like the whole camp was a scam, right? So you'd be going to a website to be shown a tutorial that you just like hit next and next and next.
Oh my
and
god, literally internet tutorial.
Yeah, and like the pages weren't preloaded, so you'd click next and it would load a new page. So it's literally like navigating to a new website page, but it would pop out as its own window, and that was how you're supposed to learn how to do the stuff.
Counselors didn't know anything.
Okay, yeah, not really. The first time I went there, the counselors knew some stuff, but then as the camp sort of like decayed, there was no point in going anymore.
Yeah.
And then they stopped holding it. They paid the camp counselors a lot. I remember.
It is a huge scam.
Yeah, I remember thinking, at least as a kid, that the camp counselors got paid a lot. You got paid $400 a week, and then if someone wrote a note of like recommendation, like if you got good reviews from like the students or something, it went up to $500, and then if someone wrote a letter about how good you did, then it would go up another like $100 a week, and that was like, yeah. And if someone writes a second letter, it capped out at like, I don't know, $800 a week or something.
That's nothing to sneeze at. It's
Yeah.
good.
And then it ran for however long it ran, but like because it was just summer camp. But I remember because it used to be more common. Like my parents used to write letters of like, this person did a good job or whatever. I don't think that really happens that much anymore. People say America is shifting into a lower trust society, but I don't think that trajectory is fixed. I think we're kind of adjusting course in a lot of ways.
Yeah. We certainly need a bit of a culture shift.
Nowadays, I don't think anyone could depend on someone writing a letter of like, you did a good job. People, it's more common to like complain, I think. But. Well, you did keep calling him by not his name. He was hostile before I even he was already hostile, I swear to God. But yes, I did continuously call him Sam, and I was the only one who talked to him. So the counselors were like, should we call you Sam? And he's like, he's like, "Are you going by Sam or something like that?" He's like, "It's fine." Like he was annoyed. Like he was pissed off about.
He should have said something instead of being dumb.
I literally was like, "Your name is Sam, right?" And he just like glared at me. Like he wouldn't correct me. He was like, "She was
asking a question."
The man was so sure he was too big to say his name. And I understand. Oh my god! I'm like,
it's like the literally "don't you know who I am" attitude. How dare you!
fuck me. Oh, okay.
It is pretty funny though to meet like a YouTuber and then consistently call them by the wrong name.
Yeah, I mean, I would have called him by his... I would have called him if I knew his name, but he literally never introduced it. I was like, "I'm Adam."
Yeah, right? Because that's like a normal thing to do, is just be like, "Oh no, I'm not Sam, I'm blank."
And he was always very brooding, very angry, like all the time. And I don't know what was going on. I'm sure it's very stressful to like...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had to deal with other incidents being a YouTuber and having people recognize him.
I'm sure. Was YouTube a thing at the time? Because you're saying he's a YouTuber, but I actually don't know. Was Whitest Kids You Know on YouTube?
Oh, were you thinking it was his own website?
I just don't know. I actually don't. I don't know anything about. I only know the guy. I don't know his. Fuck me.
Well, I don't assume that you were that young. No. YouTube has been around for like a really long time.
I don't know. I watched like flashplayer.com. Man.
The healing, if you click it twice, will it drink twice, like in Dark Souls?
I don't know. No, it has a giant cooldown meter on the side.
Damn. What if you had one red one and one green one?
I mean, I would rather delete my healing item than, like, heal in combat. The fact that it's slow and shitty is the only reason I'm using it. If it was good, if it was like Dark Souls, I wouldn't even like this game. Like, it's, like, healing in combat is fucking gay. You should never do it.
Well, there is your hot take from Adam. David Meyer says Jeff Goldblum was on and they flat out asked him how to pronounce his last name, and he said, "I'll tell you what, I tell all the other fans that ask me, how dare you presume to talk to me." Oscar Forward 20 says he want to drop the chronic aggro attitude, or long term he will give himself cancer, I bet.
Oh, the guy from Whitest Kids You Know?
Right. He's already
He's dead.
Yeah, he's already dead.
Sorry. That's why I feel like it might be weird to make the video.
Yeah, because you don't want to, like, upset a mourning family who's, like...
And to be fair, like... He did eventually come around. Like, he said something like, I misjudged you, I'm sorry I was so rude, or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's fine.
He never told you his name was Trevor, though.
No, I found that out, like, way later.
Yeah.
Alright, after ulting someone, I think it's appropriate to drink. But,
Yeah. I think you got this. I think you got it in the bag.
man, I just can't see when I'm, like, fucking next to the wall.
Yeah. Ooh, cutscene death.
I love, like, the Celtic scenery. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, this is wonderful. Genuinely, very gorgeous game. Very gorgeous.
I wish the Irish would make sick-ass games like this. Irish and Scottish would make some fucking cool Celtic shit.
Oh yeah.
It's a shame
They
that,
have
like...
so much mythology to work off of too.
It's like whenever someone, like, talks shit about anime, it's like, literally, Japan and Korea are the only places in the world making cultural, like, heritage stuff.
You alright? We'll get you home. You'll be fine.
Dame Gwen and our captain are discussing.
Not that I've never seen anything like Celtic animation.
It won't take them very long.
Like, I only know what a Doulahan is because of anime, and, like, it's just, whenever someone is, like, shitty about anime, it's like, well, literally, the only media produced in the last, like, 20 years that has had any Western values has been from the East. So, like...
Yeah, they are pumping out a lot of high-quality stuff, for
And,
sure.
like, you know, like, European mythology, it shows up the most in Japanese stuff. Like, you know, the West has a serious sickness. It is very ill, and it's
Yes.
only getting better now.
We have
But,
the
like...
cure.
But, like, I grew up on Western values because of Dragon Ball Z, not because of, like, Huckleberry Finn or something. Like, I didn't, like, none of that shit was culturally relevant. If you got your morals from Hollywood, you turned out to be a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah, it was
No.
especially difficult when we were growing up.
but yeah, apparently the guy I met was Trevor Moore, I think. Is that correct? Is that his last name? Trevor White? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, no, like on the last day or something, he like apologized or something. He did eventually, like, he would sit by me. He would choose to sit by me. Like, if he had to choose to sit by someone, he would. But he, like, didn't really talk to me. I didn't really get to know him very well. But, like, I did talk to him, and, like, we hung around a little bit. He's very distant though. But I was kind of like, oh, it's kind of like, you know, this is like normal. It's like, you know, Goku and Vegeta, or like Naruto and Sasuke or something. The fact that he's like very baleful and cold, just like that doesn't mean anything about like how he is like with someone who's his friend. So I just have to earn my place as his friend, and then he'll be nice. Which is like maybe not the smartest attitude to have, but it's why I wasn't discouraged, and other people were. Everyone, even the counselors, stayed very far away.
Right.
And, like, I remember a counselor coming over and being like, oh, is he, like, bothering you? And I was like, I'm not bothering him. How dare you? And he's like, it's fine. It's like,
Free Comment was saying, I think healing can be cool as a reward for critical hits or killing an enemy or health regen. Pausing the game and drinking 500 health potions is lame, though. Yeah, that's my least favorite type of healing, is when you have to pause the game and just, like, down a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I also hate this attitude where people are like, I'm entitled to heal in the middle of combat, and it's cheating if the boss input reads my pushing the heal button and hits me. And it's like if that was how it should work, then you should just have a health bar that's like infinitely long. Like, you know, but like if you like I feel like if you're healing in combat, it should be this cheeky move that's risky, and it is so fucking dangerous. It takes like 10 years to finish this drinking animation. So like the idea that I'm safer by healing is insane. Like, it doesn't even heal you that much. But like, I don't know. I like it when I have an opening that I could attack in and I choose to heal. That's like a choice I'm making. It's not like the obvious option is like heal like it is with Dark Souls.
Right. Also, Nito, welcome to chat.
Hey, what's your opinions on Gungeon? Enter the Gungeon? I don't know. I never played it.
Yeah, I've seen the game around, and it looks like people have fun with it, but I've never played it either.
We'll have to look out for any stragglers, but our people back home should be able to handle it. And since things are wrapping up here,
A guy that
I think I'll start
bought
taking the work out of it.
Treading Water said that it was good, so I suppose I'll say it's good too.
I appreciate it.
My customers have exquisite taste.
Yes, of course.
Thanks so much again for your help. You spared a lot of people a lot of pain. You're coming with us too, right, Kirsty?
Merrick. It's a villain in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Kirsty?
Yeah, sure. Came all this way after all.
Okay, so I guess the White Tyrant must have killed someone that she cares about.
For the time being, let's stay focused.
I'll wait for
So the White Tyrant is the first boss fight that they had in the game where you don't have to do a run through the whole level. You could just start at the boss fight. And so I did the White Tyrant like a million times. I was a big fan.
That's nice.
But it's not really my favorite boss or anything. It's just like when I'm testing out a build, I always use it on the White Tyrant first.
Yeah, so it ends up being a very iconic boss for you.
Yeah. But later on they added the Red Chieftain. You can fight him alone, and I was like, oh, this is so much more fun. But
Finally, the end is in sight.
I got my morals from Chronicles of Prydain. That's a pretty good place to get it. I haven't finished the series. I was listening on an audiobook.
No, I've never even heard of it, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm on. But you have. It's the Black Cauldron.
Oh,
So that's the
Chronicles of Prydain.
That's the book series. The first book I think is the Black Cauldron or something. But it's a condensed. The movie is a condensed version of like 2 of the books, like 1 and 2 or something.
Yeah, right.
And then I'm on like book 4 or 5 or something, and I stopped. It was when he's growing up and he's going and looking for his father. It was very goofy. I found it to be. This is supposed to be the more mature book, and I found it to have just a very, very goofy perspective on like medieval like society and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just very. The kings are randomly going to war, and they don't know why they're going to war, and they just randomly go and run to go fight each other. It's like, this is very silly and like.
Yeah.
all that's left now.
I guess it's for kids, but like.
A little strange.
Yeah, so it's like silly for kids, but I kind of also think that maybe kids should have a better perspective on their like ancestors. Like, they weren't just retarded. Like, the idea.
It's nice to know the reason for wars.
Yeah, because
Because
also.
it gives you more. Well, it lets you think about the psychology of fighting in general.
Because it's like, people will say these broad sweeping statements because they're children of like boomers who grew up in post World War II, and everyone was like, war bad, or their parents were taught by people who are post World War I, and they're like, war is bad. And like, war is bad, but there are far worse things. Like, all these grooming gangs in the UK, if they had a massive civil war and they had people's heads on pikes to stop it, and if they lost 50% of their population, it would be worth it to end the grooming gangs. Like, there's...
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that war is bad. I would just say it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Because also, it's like, if you think about, like, Vlad the Impaler, people focus a lot on the impaling bit and how he, like, put all these people on pikes. But why did they have a conflict with the Ottoman Empire? Well, the Ottoman Empire was taxing them 2,000 boys a year. They were required to give the Ottoman Empire 2,000 young boys who they would molest and then turn into soldiers as they grew up.
Yeah,
and
that's bad.
And that's way worse than, oh no, he took a bunch of Ottomans and then shoved a spike up their ass.
The war is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
molesting little boys is bad.
Yeah, so it's like, that's always my go-to example. It's like, well, there's never a reason for war. It's like, well, maybe if you want to stop 2,000 boys every year being, like,
yeah, right.
molested, maybe that's a good reason. It's just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know, but I could see the Chronicles of Prydain being written in a time that's like kind of post like an unfortunate war. And I think the important thing to remember is, like, all these European countries are so similar. Them going to war with each other is kind of fucking crazy. Like, it seems so ridiculous. Like, Ukraine and Russia fighting, they're both Slavs. Like, they're both, like, it's like a brother war. It's so unfortunate. But when you have these, like, when you look at like the Siege of Vienna in whatever year that was, where the Winged Hussars came and relieved the siege.
When the Winged Hussars arrive.
Right. That song by Sabaton. They're getting invaded by this, like, foreign force that has these, like, foreign values, and, like, they're so different. There can be no cooperation. You have to destroy each other. They're an existential threat to each other. Like, it's not really like, when people talk about, like, Israel and Iran fighting each other, it's not really unfortunate. They are existential threats to each other. Like, this is going to happen now, or it's going to happen later. There's no real option for peace between them. Like, this is very clear that they have to destroy each other. One has to destroy the other, and that solves the problem. And then also, people have this perspective on war post World War I, post World War II, where, like, war solves nothing. Everything just went back to normal. But if you people have this idea of the vicious cycle where they're like, oh, violence just begets more violence. That's not true, because where is Carthage? Rome, the Roman Empire had a rival empire called Carthage. It is gone now because they went there and they destroyed it. They killed every last one of them who didn't flee to was it Madagascar has Carthaginian blood or something? Like, it's basically wiped off the map. Like, Carthage as a ethnicity, as a people group. They destroyed all their cities. They burned what was burnable. They smashed what was smashable with hammers. Like, it is gone. There are no more monuments to Moloch. Carthage has been erased. So, and then because they had the First Punic War and the Second Punic War and the Third Punic War, there was no Fourth Punic War. The problem was solved. Because those are two very different groups. Like, World War I, World War II should not have happened. Like, those are, but it's like to have the perspective on all wars kind of colored by that. It's also, I don't know.
Anyway,
yeah.
Free Comet says those kings being annoying and petty is part of the point, though. There's also a lot of kings in the series that are honorable and kind, and they do end up going to war against the Death Lord.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It just took me a while to get through the book, and I kept on, like, taking breaks because it was, like, tiresome. And then I kind of fell off. I started reading something else. So I just haven't gotten around to finishing it, but I will, I just...
Well, I'm sure the Knolls must have... We are here to uphold the whip and as for foremost. Be that, let's get going. Your new recruit should...
As you wish, ma'am. You're here just in time. You made it this far. I'll leave it up to you whether you join me, but I would have...
Okay. let's see if I can check my daily rewards without crashing this time. Okay. So I have 21 hours to get all the rest of this stuff. I want to get the Abyss Sorcerer's thing. I don't know if it carries over into the real game, but I also want the hair. That'd be good.
Oh, yeah.
What else we got on here? This would be a cool outfit for male character. Oh, what's this? Call of the Pack? It's fucking cool.
Ooh, moonlight.
Yeah, this one looks cool too.
That does look nice. Yeah.
Far out of my reach, I am sure, but
Yeah.
so you have to do missions or whatever for this. I still would rather it not be online, but you know, spend 500 Hanners. Interesting. So there's daily missions. Got to defeat the White Tyrant.
Hot take from Free Comet. The Black Cauldron is such a bad adaptation of the series that it's part of the reason why I have a lifelong vendetta against the Walt Disney Corporation. That is a hot take. A lot of people consider it a cult classic that got them into the Chronicles of Prydain to begin with.
I would say it's
It is a flawed adaptation.
yeah, but it is the reason I know about it, and
Yeah.
I do love that movie, but
The animation is beautiful and like the visuals are crazy good.
but it is also
but
hard.
The story is like
It's also hard to watch it without feeling like it could be better in this scene and that scene and this scene and that scene.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't like how the whole magic sword thing. I mean, that's more a thing in the book maybe, but like the whole magic sword thing kind of takes away his like sort of autonomy, I guess. Like, I don't know. Okay, so I can just learn these different. I can spend some skill points on certain abilities, and then it gives me. More of these reward things. Use gestures 30 times. Okay, we could do that.
yeah, not too much farther to go.
I have to
We'll
get.
just have some more boob smash.
Yeah, we'll have to show. Where do I go now? Am I like map traveling?
Wherever the map marker is.
I guess I'll go.
You can go through there, right?
Yeah, this is what he was blocking, so I assume this is the way to go. I feel like when you landed counterattacks, it used to heal you in the MMO with Fiona. I know she had some way of healing. I think it might have been focal point. I think that's why I remember it as being important. Pretty sure focal point is like this one, the stab. I'm pretty sure that healed you somehow.
Oh, really? That would be really cool. Free Comet says they basically condensed Dernwin and Adion's brooch into one.
Yeah, now I don't remember quite so clearly. Now that I've like, it's been a while since I read it or listened to it.
It's been a while since I watched the movie even. But it really was a dark fantasy from Disney.
Not too small for.
Damn it all! I won't let
Come on, men!
some rock get in my way.
Together! Come on, men!
Come on!
Hell yeah.
And women, I
The only
guess.
one who can stop it. Hey, let me help.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everybody!
Men!
We could fuck up a gorilla right now!
Go now.
These cutscenes are so good.
Fuck
People
yeah.
actually do stuff. They have agency. It's great.
I was probably small enough to get through because of the height meter thing, though. All right, let's get our 30 gestures.
It's good to work on these gestures now.
All right, boys. Let's get the.
Let's start dancing.
Oops, not abilities. The mouse is very odd, by the way. Okay. Followers. Follower. Delia. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's some kind of thing where he sacrifices the brooch and stuff. Now I can't quite remember, but alright, maybe I should be. Ukraine and Russia have been going at each other for hundreds of years, on and off. Yeah.
It's unfortunate, as I said. War is unfortunate.
Okay. Slap on photo mode. Move camera? What do we mean by move camera? Tab is move camera? What is it? Okay, let's see. 2? Missed. 2? Nope.
Let's see. Free Comet says he sells the brooch to get the Black Cauldron. He
Right.
sacrifices his own glory for the greater good. It was an incredible scene.
Yeah, yeah. He does a similar thing like later, right? To get the information or something about his father.
We're doing the boob challenge run. Sorry, guys. Almost.
Whore. Not doing that.
So when you emote, it doesn't matter if it's the same emote. They don't want you to collect emotes, do they?
We did it. We did it, boys. Yeah.
What's all this, huh?
Hey. Game of the year.
Nice boob. Oh, I know, buddy.
What about this one? I don't know. That one won't do it. This one? What's this? No, that's the other hand. And this one? Oh, on the way down, it kind of. And then if I hit R... Is that it? Collision? No.
No, almost. It's very close.
You stupid bitch. Fool. No. Stop moving. Oh, shit. Oh wait, no, it's 2, right? 2 has the longest reach. Yep, there it is.
There's the titty swag. It's very good.
Yeah, he offers, but they turn it down, right? I remember
Right,
that.
Let's just do this 20 more times.
Yeah, sorry, we need to... This is necessary to unlock the... Oh no, it stopped colliding.
Oh
What?
no, you shifted position.
She must have shifted.
Oh, here we go. That's even better. The way that they separated. Oh my god. There we go.
We have to. I don't have a
Pull the hands
choice.
out of the way.
I have to use gestures 30 times.
Motorboating her.
I must. It's part of the game. I swear. It's necessary. Don't judge me. Oh fuck! This is so good. What is 2 again? It's victory, but it's different on each character, I think. Oh yeah. Oh, you're so cool, huh? Okay. Squish. What incredible boot physics! I was way more impressed with
Free Thomas says, to put it into context for Trish, imagine if they made a Harry Potter movie, but they removed Voldemort, Draco, Hagrid, Sirius, and had the villain from the first book be the final villain. Yeah, well, although, to be fair, I guess the Harry Potter books kind of always had the same villain each book. And they also did movies for all of the books, whereas they were just going to do the one. It's a complicated situation, because really, they had the rights for this book series to make an adaptation. They wanted to do it, but they didn't know how to do it.
There's no way I haven't done this like 12 times at this point. Right? Stop doing that. You bitch. That's weird that it like stops rendering the fireplace if I point the camera down. You fucking bitch. I wonder if the cloth physics...
Have you not emoted enough times?
I don't know. Maybe it's because
Feels
I'm
like-
in...
I don't know if they're
New
if they're
notifications.
actually counting.
Claim reward. And then... Challenge missions, I think. It wants you to emote X number of times.
Use gestures 30 times.
Yeah, it hasn't
18
added...
out of 30.
Yeah, it hasn't added any gestures.
Oh, interesting.
Weird. I wonder if it's because each character has their own unique gestures.
Maybe.
How many gestures... Because I tried all the gestures on Delia. How many... How do I open the gesture menu? How many gestures are there total? It said 18, and there's 8 here. So that doesn't actually line up. But
They could have defaulted to a faithful adaptation. Well, apparently they didn't think there was enough content in the first book to make people interested.
I step out for a second, I come back to this. Yeah. Guilty.
Yep.
What can I say? Okay, let's try see what Land's gestures are. Right, I picked them. Okay, apply changes. Let's see what his moves are, actually. So that's an interrupt. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3.
Yeah. Don't give them any ideas, though, Free Comment. You don't want Disney to make a new adaptation now.
Yeah.
They'll really fuck it up now.
Let's do our gestures. Gestures.
Oh god, imagine that. They made a live-action Black Cauldron movie. It is just...
They would make the cauldron white. They'd make they'd make Taryn black. They'd make Alanwi black. They'd make...
Yeah, they would say Taryn was coded to be black, because Taryn's a black name.
Man, Land does his gestures quick. That's good. Alright, well, let's see if that counts as... Oh wait, what's this one? So, oh wait, it's challenges. Okay, that did count as gestures. Okay, now I just have to unfortunately switch my character to Wee Was Kangs and shit in order to get the last couple gestures.
You know,
I wonder...
Lanwi would be race swap too because she's reddish blonde. Yeah, right. Count your blessings.
Perfect.
It's kind of funny. They have like medieval boxers.
Yeah, perfect. He's maximally short by default?
Huh.
He has skin shine on. Strange.
Wonder what other hairstyles they allow for him.
You get to buy hairstyles, I think.
Yeah, right. But I'm just curious if they're all like dreads and stuff.
No, they're gonna be all the male ones are gonna be the same, so it's gonna be like boy band shit.
Oh, okay.
This is him being upset that he loses? And that beard looks so bad. Okay. Does that Well, that didn't seem to do it, though.
That didn't add any gestures.
I didn't get a pop-up, so I'm not sure. Okay, that's victory. This is... The apologies are all uniform. And what's this? Okay, same as everything. What do we have here?
If it's any consolation for you, Comet, I also don't really like the Disney adaptation of Peter Pan that much. I think they made Peter too unlikable.
Used gestures 30 times. It didn't count any of the ones that I used for this guy, though. Or do they not count if you're in photo mode? Could that be what the problem is?
Oh, hey, Aura Honeydew. Welcome to chat. Were you always there? I feel like I didn't see you. Manly men and lovely lady, I thought the gaming industry insisted you didn't like that. Yeah. We are so back?
Okay, so that counted.
Oh man, Aura Honeydew, you missed the grand titty smack. You would have loved it.
Yes. Don't worry, we'll... I could try to do it again. So, oh wow, she's right there. That's perfect positioning. So the physics on the boobs still work if another thing hits them. So, for example, not close
Just
enough.
missed it. But you can motorboat her if you're close enough.
Oh, can't move in the gesture menu. Oh wow.
Eh?
We're about to get a critical hit, folks.
Yeah, get closer. Camera-wise, I guess. Oh, here we go. Oh!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Went too far. Flew too close to the sun. But what about... what if we do this? Oh, you fucking
she
bitch.
moved!
You fucking stupid whore. Okay, wait, oh, no.
She didn't like you inside her.
Hey, shh, stop it. Hey. No.
Gave the ginseng. Thank you for the service.
Is this one gonna hit? Damn. What about this? There it is.
Oh.
There it is. We did it.
Okay. Titty smack. There we go. Let's save this to your gifts.
Game
It's
of the year.
David Meyer says, found it. These are just the 8 gestures you have equipped.
Yeah, so, no, but what it was I was in photo mode that they didn't count. But anyway, let's see. What else we got on here? So that counted. Claim that. And then the next one, I would want that. I don't know if this carries on to the game, but in case it does, it'd be cool to unlock it. Let's see. So missions. Spend 500 Hanners. That's like easy enough, I guess. And then it's like beat a bunch of different bosses. They're specific for like the day. I don't think we're beating the Bloodlord. That's pretty far in, unless it changed. Shield Bash Expert.
Our Honeydew says, speaking of adaptations, saw the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie. They added a line where they flat out say the Vikings invaded dragon territory, and Berk is their land, and man is the invasive species / problem. They actually tried to pull a bug posting on us.
So disgusting. They should all be exterminated. Fucking
Did they not
creatures.
do the whole giant dragon forcing the other dragons to go steal food for it thing? The giant dragon was the main villain. All the little dragons were like fine. or whatever. Well, they needed to be trained, hence the title of the movie.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
This is
so epic.
yeah.
I love these cutscenes. They're my favorite part of the game so far.
Oh, he's not wearing his hat. He has it as a shield. That's his hat in the game. I guess they thought it looked.
Buckler.
Yeah, I guess they thought it looked too silly.
They were probably right.
The lighting, I didn't realize that was.
Yeah.
That was,
no, it is surprisingly bright, lighted, and wonderful. It's pleasant weather for such a
It's his last stand.
terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get rid of my big titty follower, so it's just not distracting me.
Normally in dramatic scenes like these, it's gray and raining and moody, but in this case, it's actually wonderful weather we're having outside. Mid 70-degree weather.
Once in the gestures tab, the prompted button below to enter edit mode, so I can look at other gestures. Enter edit mode.
Oh. Preset 1, preset 2, preset 3. But there are all those presets that you have to set, I guess. There are, yeah.
Gesture list. So I could swap this for something else, I guess. I don't have any other gestures.
Right.
You can buy more, though.
Oh, yeah. In this mode, you will be able to select the gestures you like the most and set them as presets. Yeah.
Alright. Let's have at it. Oh, fucking.
Wait. You're getting into trouble. Look at this. What's that? What's that?
I pressed the wrong button for block. I forgot I rebounded to my mouse again.
Yeah, understandable. I also have moments like those, and at that point it's screw it, I'll just reset. Just as a time check, it is almost 11 o'clock.
He's so slow, yeah. Messed that up. I don't like how his impacts also look like my block thing. Okay, I actually did time that right. Just... I'm honestly very confused by the lighting because I'm trained by all the.
The sun is behind him, and then it glows yellow when it's an unblockable thing.
Yeah, but then also his hit effect looks just like I successfully blocked it. So I'm just sort of off put by that.
Right.
So. got a weird kind of pattern. Used to be much... He used to have much different attacks. This is a totally different boss.
Mm-hmm.
The archer guy was totally different too.
They're changing him up a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. This is too late. Fuck.
Man.
This fucking server problem.
That was a cool move. I wish I could have seen it. Vindicdus servers. Oh, fuck.
I'm hitting block. I don't know.
Well, he didn't glow yellow, I don't think.
I didn't see. But I see this over here on the side. Is that yellow glow?
No, I think that's grass.
It was. It was, in fact, unblockable.
Yeah, they certainly made it even more tricky.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Oh, yeah. The server thing is unforgivable, of course. All the more reason why this game
That's a yellow glow.
should
That's
have
a yellow
an
glow?
offline mode.
I'll just spam.
That's all you can do.
Man, they gave him glutes. It's because
Oh,
We
nice.
did it. hate this shit. The hills are beautiful though. I love that
yeah.
little like spotting of moss on
It's
them.
a beautiful environment. Maybe not, the most ideal for like the mechanics of how this works, but
Ah man. Ah, it was a blockable. Ugh. I can't get in the zone because it keeps on lagging.
yeah, that's like this extra layer of difficulty.
Ah, okay. This is the cutscene starting, or is it lagging? I can't even tell now. Okay. What was that? He took damage? I should have parried. Damn it. My mistake. I ain't seen a movie at a cinema in ages and missed Deadpool 2. Yeah, but Deadpool 2, they race swapped Domino. So, no big loss. Pirate that shit. And it's funny because she's a character that translates the best out of any character to like live action. Way better than Thanos, and they decided to put Thanos in a movie. Go catch up on chat that I missed. game journals, parentheses activists will call it a gooner game, of course. It's surprising. I didn't think about it, but I guess they would know the word gooner. They're so out of touch with the world that I forgot that they would know that word, but I guess they would, right? Fergie would be voiced by Kevin Hart and have his mannerisms. You mean Gurgi?
Yeah. I'm making jokes about
where all the amorphous, genderless blobs. You can make yourself pretty shitty looking, because there's a slider for the hourglass shape, and you can max.
Make a fat character.
You can max it out so you look like a refrigerator. Like
Oh, nice.
yeah.
For those of you who like that kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. Fight. I love this lighting. It looks so beautiful, but
Yeah, it's a shame that it's
man, I gave it so much time to fucking buffer. Why? Man. God damn it.
yeah. It's unfortunate.
I feel bad because this game, the demo is only gonna be up for 20 more hours. So, well, no, I guess I could do this tomorrow.
Oh, you could, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be playing after sometime tonight after I write for a bit, for like a break or something. So I'll have to come back to this mission, I think, probably, to show you guys the boss fight tomorrow. If I don't do it now. Ah, God.
Finish this epic storyline.
Wow, he slid forward like he had roller skates.
Yeah.
I'll go one more. Is anything going on in Rumble, by the way? The Rumble decided to minimize.
Rumble's kind of quiet.
I have no power.
Yeah, it's fine. You're not missing anything, really.
Oh, I have like an interesting story. I think I want to make a video about this.
You have so many neat, interesting stories.
I've told this story before, but... So, I had a friend who...
Nice. Whoa. Music change.
Can it be dodged or blocked?
Escape from the enemy's reach. Oh.
What am I supposed to do to escape the enemy's reach?
I guess dodge away. I don't know.
Okay, I got to another phase, so I'll try it again. Just one more though. Then I want to get to work. This game is unfortunate. You can't like work while you're playing it too. So even after stream, I'm gonna have to close this because like you know I can't type while this is on another monitor. It keeps on like my computer's like.
Yeah. So anyone hate the world building in Sakamoto days? You know, I haven't read that one, but I've been wanting to. I guess I just never really got around to it.
So anyway, let me. let me tell you guys an interesting story. So, I had a friend who's dating a girl from Paris. So there's, so she's, like a white, phenotype from the Middle East.
Sure.
Man.
I wonder if they're expecting you to like sprint away and it's like going there. This is
Like, what can I even do?
yeah.
I'm like, it wouldn't let me move, so like...
Yeah, that's fucking brutal.
Alright, I'll tell an interesting story, and as long as it takes to finish the story. So, there's a bunch of white phenotypes in the Middle East. There's a lot of history behind it. Like, obviously, the Aryans went through from India, and then they stopped in certain places. Like, one of them is called the Kalash people, and they're totally white. They're because the area they're Muslim, right? And you see the same thing. There's like the Shiites and no, it's not those. What is it? The Kurds or something? The Kurds look more white than the whatever other things. So there's a lot of phenotypes in the Middle East, and a lot of them are Muslim, but they don't look like they would be. So it's somewhere like a cultural than racial thing, right?
Sure.
Fuck. So anyway. That's like relevant later in the story, but not quite yet. Oh, no iframes, huh? So, she's on a bus in Paris, and obviously, you know, Paris is a giant shithole.
Yeah, it's not the best place to
A
live,
gypsy is trying to steal her camera out of a bag. She has like an actual camera. 'Cause she like is a photographer or whatever. Expensive camera. So she notices that he's stealing it. Stops him. Damn. It's like, so I keep on like pressing the wrong buttons. I'm just like, for some reason I keep on thinking that right click is going to be block. Anyway, she like tries to stop him. She's like screaming for people to help.
Right.
The guy starts beating her in the face.
Oh my god.
Because contrary to this like myth that gypsies claim is that they don't use violence to steal, this is not true.
Yeah.
They
The whole idea of non-violently stealing in general is like kind of laughable.
yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, she's just getting beaten in the face. No one on the subway train or the bus will help her. No one does anything. Then, oh yeah, and gypsies historically would. There was a joke in this show that Trisha was watching, the Anne of Green Gables, where they say a gypsy might kidnap me. They used to do that in Europe. When they first came to Europe, they kidnapped people to ransom them for money.
Yeah.
They would steal anything. They'd murder people for stuff. They came here because of Islam, so they're not Islamic. They fled because Muslims were just like killing them. Because they were like, yeah, this is a problem in our new territory. Anyway, they came from like India or something, gypsies.
Yeah, they didn't integrate well anywhere. They were just yeah.
So anyway, no one's helping her because she's white and he's brown, and they're afraid of being called racist, right? But if they knew that she was Muslim, maybe they would have done something. I don't know. Maybe they would have like called the police or something. But no one did anything. And
That's awful.
bus stops. And at the waiting at the bus stop is a neo-Nazi, skinhead, swastikas everywhere, sees brown guy hurting white woman and enters Ultra Instinct mode. steps on the bus, drags him off, picks him up over his head, and then throws him at the sidewalk. He just slams him on his face, then picks him up again by the scruff of his neck and his belt, and slams him down again, and keeps doing that until the guy is unconscious.
Oh, righteous fury, I would say.
And then he's like, can I, do you want me to wait with you until you're calling someone to come pick you up or something? Like, what do you, do you want me to wait with you or whatever? And because her father is like super white looking, right? He compensates by adding a shit ton of bumper stickers to his car and like decorations that are like Islamic, because he's like from the Middle East and
my identity must be known.
Yeah. But they're both essentially white, and they could just not. And nothing, no one would know. Like, if they didn't literally like wear stuff that would...
Yeah, well, it's like one of those things where a lot of people would rather not be white because of the treatment of us being like villains.
Yeah. But anyway, she's like, no, don't wait with me, whatever, because she's worried that when her dad comes, he's like gonna, be, I don't know, what is he gonna do? Like, kill her now that he finds out that she's Muslim? Like, but she's not wearing a head covering. She's not wearing any of the Muslim stuff. They don't adhere. She doesn't adhere at all to like Islam.
It's like normie Muslim.
Well, it's because clearly she's not ethnically Muslim, and clearly her ancestors didn't think that they should be Muslim. But they didn't make that clear enough to her somehow, despite the fact she doesn't live by any of the principles, and she's not married at 6 years old. She's like,
well, there's a lot of like liberals who like are Muslim and have that as their whole identity, and even they don't live by the principles really. They're just, it's just for the look.
I've met people like that. It's just like,
yes.
So why are you just want to tacitly
like that.
Yeah, it's like, what's your purpose of being like Islamic, so you can like just tacitly be like, yeah, I think it's cool to fuck a 9-year-old. Like, what? Alright, this is last time.
Okay.
Anyway, hold on. Let me make another clip. Please do not, actually. But yeah. In any case,
never forget the titty smack, guys. That's the real highlight of the stream.
yeah, I will do this. Take a survey. I want to just complain about this boss. I was so locked in when it started. Then like every time I start to like get into the groove, it starts like lagging and being shitty. It's just like so annoying.
Yeah.
Even like within the fight, I feel like it's just I'm dropping frames like crazy because of the internet connection.
Absolutely,
It's
It
just
makes
like
it so difficult.
Yeah, it's so
play.
aggravating. Like, I don't know if I can deal with this. Anyway. Yeah, what is... But anyway, her conclusion from the story was like, oh, isn't it so scary? There are neo-Nazis in Paris. And it's like, the fuck are you talking about, dude?
The guy who saved you?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And like, when I tell that to people, sometimes they're like, oh, man, the world is really messed up if like a neo-Nazi has to save you. And it's like, well, everyone on the train doesn't like you because you're white.
Yeah, why wouldn't she be complaining about the gypsy who was beating her?
Right. Well, she complained about that, but she was also complaining about the neo-Nazi. But it's like, in reality, all the people on the train will treat you poorly because you're white. Whether or not they hate you because you're white, they certainly don't have any sympathy for you because you're white. Right? They specifically will not intervene because you are white. Because it's more dangerous for them to intervene because whatever. Like, because
their media would like portray it as like
Right.
a bunch of white people beat up a gypsy
Right.
instead.
Right, and so they don't do anything. They don't call the cops. They don't help you at all. The random neo-Nazi, at least he has like this.
He doesn't care what anyone thinks.
His
Clearly.
yeah, his like his morals are basically I like you by default without knowing what's going on. And it's like, you live in Paris where it's so common for these horrible crimes to happen, and for like, and you have nobody who cares. Like, like the random bystanders just aren't going to. Clearly, they're not going to do anything, other than maybe they'll call the police for you, right? But like, her dad picked her up before the cops got there.
Damn.
So like.
That's brutal.
So, like, someone calls the cops and it's like, yeah, some gypsy guy was beating up a lady on the train, and then, you know, and they're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, not our job.
It's like, it's so, it wasn't like a packed bus, she said, but there were seats everywhere and she had to stand, right? So all the seats were filled, and then she and, like, maybe, like, one other guy were, like, standing, and then, like, a pickpocket, right? So there's like 3 people standing on the bus, and everyone else is in a seat, and like nobody's stepping in. It's so frustrating. It's such a ridiculous situation.
Yeah, right.
If like
Especially
also
if there's like a guy to your left, a guy to your right, neither of them just.
Also,
I'd rather sit.
Where does that instinct to throw someone at the ground come from? Because like I've heard several instances of people doing that.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
It sounds fun. Sounds like a very classic medieval like punishment. You shall be thrown to the ground 10 times for your wicked deed.
Gypsies were good at grappling Roman soldiers in hand to hand. What the fuck are you talking about? That sounds ridiculous.
When would they have done that?
That sounds like the worst gypsy lie I've ever heard.
Oh, there are a lot of gypsy rumors for sure.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
might just be
yeah.
one of them that's floating around.
Yeah, that's insane. The Romans were really good at wrestling. There was they were really good at close combat. That was like a big thing in their yeah. That was like a big thing in there, like militarily. I don't think gypsies have ever been good at fighting. They always targeted the most like vulnerable people and like children and stuff.
And that does tend to be the trend. I mean, like the gypsy in this story doesn't go for any other person. They go for like the woman.
Yeah. There's also, you have to remember that like a pretty not an uncommon gladiatorial event was a guy goes into the arena to wrestle a lion to death, right? It's not that it was like so common that it was boring, but like that is a thing that several gladiators would do, is like fight a lion or a tiger with their bare hands and choke it to death. So like I don't really see that civilization, that like if that's their if those are their heroes, if the gladiators are like their celebrities, everyone is going to be really good at wrestling, right? So it just doesn't strike me as like a society that we would suddenly run into like these random like nomadic pickpockets and be like, oh my god, how are they this good at wrestling? Like I don't hear about gypsies going into the wilds.
I can't even imagine a gypsy wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know. But, anyway. So the story has, like, a happy ending for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't die. That's nice.
Yeah. But it's like it was just her takeaway, which I found very bizarre.
Well,
like,
I imagine that she's been so, like, culturally instilled to not have the, like, obvious opinion of, oh, thank God that guy saved my life.
Yeah.
Instead, she has to still be scared of that guy.
yeah. She was, like, so fucked up she couldn't open her eye the next day. Like, she was, like, she couldn't see out of her eye that day. Like, she'd been beaten so badly. And she was, like, bruised, and it was, like, you know, she had, like, split lip and everything. She was, like, fucked up. Like, this guy, like, was beating the shit out of her, and no one was doing anything. And then, like, when she tells the story, apparently people are like, why didn't you just give him the camera? What's wrong with you? And, like, everyone has the dumbest takeaway from that story. I just don't, like, I don't know. The question really is, like, why did no man on that bus stand up and help her?
That is frustrating.
It's like,
yeah.
it's just, it's so... But,
it's a really bad culture to, like, allow to happen to your country for people to not do something when they see danger. China, it's, like, kind of the same way. A lot of people won't do anything when somebody's in danger.
But yeah, bus doors open, skinhead gets on, gypsy gets off. And then like, when she was telling her story, she's like, oh, I had to wait a long time alone. It was like, well, you could have waited with the Nazi guy. And it's like, yeah, but, like, you know,
he's a Nazi guy.
But, like, my dad's car has all these, like, Islamic bumper stickers. And it's like, and he hangs something from the, like, he has some kind of, like, chandelier or something stupid with, like, tassels on it she was trying to describe.
Oh, good night, game. We're
Good
gonna
night.
be ending soon, anyways.
Yeah, myth, I guess, secondhand info. Yeah, well, also, gypsies spread funny, like, they spread rumors about themselves to make themselves seem better. Like, they...
Yeah, well, wasn't the original lie was that they were Egyptian?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the reason they're called gypsies is because they try to convince people that they're like a good kind of brown person. They're Egyptian. They're ancient Egyptians that fled from Egypt.
Yes, we have all the magic from Egypt. Please buy our magic stuff.
Exactly. They're like, would you like an ankh? They used to sell ankhs places. There's still, like, museums that have ankhs that were, like, made by gypsies. So
that's pretty funny.
yeah, the eye thing, the parentheses or the comma or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, guy, and then her other complaint was like, oh, well, it was like scary because, like, what if he wakes up and he's mad? Like, that guy shouldn't have done that or whatever. It's like,
what?
It's like, what do you... Like,
if he wakes up, he's going to be running very far away.
it's like...
he's going to be scared for his life.
She's like, oh, but then he'll be, like, mad at me or whatever. And it's
what?
like, well, what do you want the Nazi to do? To take the guy with him? To take him on the bus? Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, he saved you from being killed. It's like, was anyone going to stop? Like, if that guy just beat her until she died, would anyone have done anything different? No. It's just like...
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
It's just so... It's so frustrating, and I think it has a lot to do with, like, the law. Like, you know... I mean, stuff is changing now, but I think people should remember how bad stuff was.
Yeah.
It's like, when that guy, the Marine on the subway car, stopped that, like, black guy he's like, I'm gonna kill someone on this train, and then he, like, restrains him, and the guy dies, or whatever, and then he goes on trial, which is fucking ridiculous. I think that a similar effect happened in Paris. It's just that, like, can't stop Americans. Like, it's been like this for a long time in America. We're just a little bit more resilient, I guess. But
yeah, we're fighting against that type of stuff.
But yeah. Yeah, so it sort of has kind of a happy ending, but it was bizarre, like, her takeaway. Anyway.
Right. She's just conditioned in the country that she's in that she's not allowed to have certain opinions.
Yeah. I wonder if I should make a video about it, or if that just seems, like, too fake. Like, it seems so crazy.
It is a crazy story. Yeah.
Because initially I was like, what do you mean he picked him up over his head and threw him at the ground? That's insane. But then I've seen so many other cases of that being reported.
It's a method.
Yeah, there was a Navy SEAL who was like discharged, or I don't know if he's I think he was dishonorably discharged because the head of police in some town, like this mother came to him and was like, oh, he's like molesting my son or whatever.
Oh my god.
And then he was like, is this true? And he's laughing like, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, this has got to be dealt with. So the official report I read was like, he picked him up over his head and then threw him at the ground, and then he repeated this for the 200 yards until he was off base. And it's like,
that's a good workout.
And halfway through, another Navy SEAL was like, whoa, what are you doing, man? And then he explained the situation, and then he picked him up over his head and threw him at the ground. And so I'm like...
They take turns.
And so when I read that, I was like, is this just a thing that happens? Like, do people get in fights and pick people up over their head and throw them at the ground? Because it sounds like a very, like, Donkey Kong finisher move. Like, it doesn't seem like something that, like, a person would do. But I guess if you're a big guy and they're skinny, it's just sort of your reflex is like, oh, I'm going to pick this guy up and slam him on the ground.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway.
That's interesting.
Hopefully that wasn't, like, too much of, like, a bummer story to end on. I hope you guys leave in fantastic spirits.
Yes.
And
just remember, we are so back, we have big titty in game.
I know! Big titties in video games. Did you guys not see the slap? It's amazing. So anyway. I did that, but that was back in middle school. Incredible. I guess I kind of, after having heard that story, I, like, sometimes see, like, tiny dudes that are, like, really annoying, and I just think, like, I could just pick that guy up by his neck and balls and just, like, slam him onto the ground.
That'd be pretty sick.
It would be pretty sick. I mean, once you've done it once...
It's addictive.
Once you've done it once, I'm sure it's, like, even easier to just, like, pick someone up by the scruff. Because once you've slammed them on their face, the scruff of their shirt and their pants would be an easy place to pick them up. But all the way off 200 yards. So that's like 3 feet 2 yards, so 600 feet. How far do you throw them each time? Like, I wonder if you do the math of how many throws that was. Also, how does that guy have any teeth? If you threw him face first onto, like, asphalt? Or I guess
well,
it's dirt.
I imagine he's getting hurt in the process.
Maybe it's dirt, though. It might not be, like... Because I'm imagining it's all runway, but that's not necessarily...
Yeah, right.
Probably soft ground. Got off easy. Hell yeah, WWF. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. You're all fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see you next time for another stream.
Yeah, good night, guys.